All right. Okay, there we go. Okay, welcome to Limbo. It's a platformer release in 2010 by Playdead. You control a boy starting in a forest, going to the right, doing some stuff. And Playdead just recently released their second game, Inside, where you control a boy starting in a forest, going to the right, doing some stuff. This game is a very technical speedrun. There aren't many glitches we can abuse. What we do, however, is we make heavy use of the physics engine and the general momentum and movement of the game, of the boy. So practically every jump that we do is planned out, and we try to get the movement down as quickly as possible. I'm Zet, by the way, and right next to me.
Oh, sorry, I'm Yajijy. So we are specific right now because we started the game like very recently, like less than 1 year actually. So well, it's like that. Started the game in October and I started in December. So it's a very short amount of time, but well, it's still okay.
What you just did there on the boat, by the way, were reverse momentum jumps. So you can store your momentum in one direction and press jump in the other direction at the same time, and you will just keep your momentum jumping in the other direction. And we use that on the boat to accelerate the movement on the lake. So the interesting thing about Limbo, the speedrunning community is about 50% French, I think. And the game is by now pretty much optimized. There is not much to find there left. There's a few skips that haven't appeared in the world record yet, which is held by Meliagon, who unfortunately couldn't join us. He was supposed to join the race, but he couldn't come. Big shout-outs to him. What you want to avoid is long animations of the boy, like climbing and stomping on the ground. Takes a ridiculous amount of time. So we try to optimize our movement the way that we don't bump on the ground and we climb as little as possible, because these animations take a lot of time.
So we can say during the speedrun that we are just always jumping because that's the quickest way to move, more than just running.
Category running is any percent normal route. This is the route that you get when you first start the game. You can unlock a hard route, which is actually easier if you train it a bit, by collecting 10 eggs in the game. This is another category that also has a few runners, but any percent normal route is the most ran category of this game. The story of the game is you're the boy and you are going into Limbo to find your sister. So basically this game is all about saving the children. Or is it? Oh crap.
Oh.
That's an embarrassing death there, but
Okay, all right. So we are just meeting we are meeting for the first one a big spider. So we'll just meet twice during the game. So I need this trap to go to the next part of the game because I will just use the trap to pull off some legs of the spider.
many casual players, they push the trap from the left side and nobody realizes that you can also pull it and stay on the right side of the trap. But for speedruns, this is the better tactic.
So basically about speedrun, like we have a top 10 which is made of each runner from the top 10 is like doing a time like a sub 42. So to expect any PB pace, we arrive to the level like a deathless run is minimum required to expect any PB pace. To the level we are actually.
Yeah, by now all the runners in the top 10 have achieved a sub 42 pace, all 11 of them.
So now we are like 2 minutes while we are just going to the park. We are just prisoner from this cocoon. So I think it's like 2 minutes, which be it's like 2 minutes. We can speak about some donation right now, I think.
If there are any, of course. Are there any donations? That's a shame.
Yeah, we got a $5 donation from Shadow Michi. Honor was the guinea pig, and many greetings to all in the German restream. You do it well. And another $10 from XCon. So awesome to see Limbo being run at this event. Good luck, guys. Collat skip. Let's go.
Oh, let's skip. This is like you have a like 1% chance to get it in a run. It's almost complete luck. We'll get to that later when we're approaching the scene.
So I'm about to almost get free from the cocoon. So I will arrive to a skip named a bear trap skip. It's like I will arrive to a rope. I need to climb the rope and going to the right, but there is a bear trap falling from above. And normally you're supposed to just quit the rope, because if we don't, you just die because of bear trap. But what we do is just about climbing the rope and climbing the right edge just before the trap will fall down, like this. So that is on it now, right now.
Got it?
Got it too? Right.
Yeah.
Nice.
Coming up is one of the most feared tricks of the game, the infamous tire skip. It saves a lot, 10 seconds, which is a lot in a game that just takes 42 minutes to complete in a speedrun. So it's a run killer basically, and you want to go for it if you want to have a good time.
So about this skip, we have a tire supposed to come to us, and if you don't escape it, we are just dying. So normally you have to go to this hole to escape this, but it's possible to jump over it. So let's try.
Nice first try.
I got it first try. It's a
Good, got it too. Nice.
nice. So it's basically a run killer when we are not able to do it.
Yeah, you need a pretty accurate position and a pretty accurate input and timing. Many beginners, they fail doing this trick.
So I'm about to meet the spider for a second time. So if we just the spider like will chase me during some 1 or 2 minutes, close to 1 actually. But this last meeting, this is the last meeting because next part she will die.
We also apologize for not saving these children right there. The log Yajijy and me are standing on now, we tried really hard finding a way of skipping that. We tried everything we could, but apparently there is no way of skipping this scene. You just have to wait this auto-scroller to happen. The game in general is pretty strong. Playdead did a very good job. It's still version 1.0, and there's like literally just only a handful of glitches, and only like 2 of them are useful in a speedrun. So it comes down to optimal movement in the end.
Yeah, so what about just that was saying, it's like most of the tricks we found during the speedrunning of this game is more like using the limits of the physics to arrive to some moves that we are not supposed to do. So I'm pulling off her legs. And so I need this head to jump over the spikes.
If there's any new donations? Okay. Come
So
in. Oh, sorry.
I'm about to arrive to the claw box. It's a box we need to pull off the rope. We have 2 different setups for doing this. Mine is like jumping on the box to if I succeed, she will just go to no, she will not.
Okay, I will go for the slightly older setup, which includes clipping through the box a bit. And I got it, yeah.
Okay. What I was trying to do is like I was supposed to jump, do a particular jump on the box, and so if I succeed, the box will just went directly to the slope.
I also apologize for not saving these children here as well.
So I'm about to arrive to some tricky trap because for this one, the first one, I need to go to the middle. So the middle is safe, but on the second one, the middle is trapped. So when we play the game for the first time, generally we need to die once to understand how it works.
Yeah, the game is designed that you have to die a lot to solve the puzzles. We also apologize for killing these children. We really tried hard finding a skip for these children so they don't have to die, but unfortunately the game was too strong. But this is the last time any harm will be done to children, we promise. So even though this game, a speedrun, might look not that impressive, it's actually, you're on an immense pressure because the movement is so optimized. And if you try to get a PB, you're constantly hoping to get every single jump right. Come on, come on. Good.
So I'm about to arrive to another mechanic of the game. It's like the worm skip. It's a worm that just will put on my head and force me to go on one only direction. So, yeah.
Nice, you got it. So usually when the worm hits the head of the boy and you face to the right, then there's a small animation which takes about 1 to 2 seconds, and we try to skip this. We try to skip this animation by, doing not this.
So the worm forces us to go to only one direction. The only way to change direction is like meeting a ray of light.
What the fuck did you just get, Colette?
No.
Okay,
No, sir.
sorry. Excuse me. He's a bit ahead of me. This scene where we're right now, this is the Colette skip. It is possible to get the maggot eaten off your head when you just arrive there from the left, but it's it feels like absolute RNG. We have no clue what the specifics are to get this skip. And I just thought Yajijy had gotten it, but he's just a few seconds in front of me because I messed up the beginning.
It's alright, it's alright.
That would have been amazing though in a race.
So now we come to a part of the game where we have a lot of puzzles which need to be resolved with water. So it's like it's kind of puzzle we don't like because we have no choice but waiting for the level of water to come, and so just like vertical scrolling, and we have no choice but to wait a long time.
Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. Oh, funk, no, I messed it up again. This is embarrassing.
We do have a donation now if you...
Yeah, go, please,
Go for
ahead,
it.
please.
Go for it.
yeah, we've got $8 from Den Hand God, who says, we are going to have to act if we want to live in a different world.
Thanks a bunch. I hope you saw the Command and Conquer race there, run there earlier. Thank you. I just completely messed up some movement, and Yajijy is even further ahead now, but you're not even halfway done. So the upcoming autoscroller that Yajijy just activated, I recently found out a few months ago that instead of one huge autoscroller, this is actually split up into two tinier autoscrollers. So what you want to do is at the end of the first autoscroller, reach the trigger for the second as soon as possible. So the plateau he's climbing up to now, on the right side has the trigger for the second autoscroller. So you want to climb up on the plateau where Yajijy is climbing up right now as soon as possible to not lose much time.
So as I said earlier, it's like most of this part is puzzle with which is resolved with water. So it's not very difficult puzzle, but they are just very long to resolve because of water. So I have to wait for the water to come.
Go for some little swag right here. Nice. Doesn't save any time, but it looks cool. Okay.
So I'm about to arrive to a second worm. So worm skip is still possible, and this one is like the most easy to do because well the oh crap.
Oh, we're tied again.
Sorry again, I guess.
Yeah, the upcoming worm skip is the easiest because the worm is like swinging from left to right and back at the top of the ceiling. So it's easy to just stand there and face to the left until the worm hits you. And right after the brain slug has... got it. Nice, fast cycle. Right after the brain slug has gotten you, the next autoscroller section is about to begin. The movement when under the effects of the brain slug can be manipulated as well, so you can minimize the turning directions. If there's any donations going in right now, please go ahead and read them. Going for some swag. So I think this is an excellent time for a selfie.
Oh, come on. So we're about to arrive to an hostel part, the hostel part. It's like electrified letters, whereas, so, sorry. There are electrified letters, so we need to go on it and reach a switch to be able to switch off the electricity. And I got the glitch.
Really? Oh no. Did you just die when hitting the switch?
Yes.
Oh crap, this is a really stupid glitch that happens like 1 in 100 years and totally don't know why, but for some reason you die when hitting the switch. It's like a reverse Colette skip.
It's like for some reason the electricity has some cycle, and if I switch the interrupter at the same time the edge is electrifying, it's like I'm dying for no reason. So that's what happened.
We've got a quick donation if you've got a minute.
Yes, please.
Okay, cool. We've got $10 from Anonymous, who says, greeting from 2 Zet fans sitting on their sofa and enjoying the race so far. Greetings from Trossingen. Save the children.
Thanks a bunch for the greetings. Upcoming is the next worm animation skip. And right after that is a part that we call the highway of jump. Oh, got the second try. So right now there's not much happening, so if you... Any incoming donation, we are happy if you read it.
Yeah, we've just had another dollar come in from Umikami, who says, congrats, Zet, you have officially popularized the phrase, what the funk. I'm really proud of you, so I'm really proud you got this far, Zet, and thank you for being my friend.
Thank you too, Umi. Yeah, sometimes when you try stream PG-13, you come up with replacement words, which sound a bit like the other ones that you're trying not to say. The elevator that I just pressed there, the button, is absolutely unnecessary, and it's just a bit of swag.
So basically this part is not very interesting because it's just about jumping and going to the right for a long time. So if you have some donation left, go ahead, please. I guess they're not.
Got time for another one?
Yes,
Yes.
please.
Cool. We've got $5 from Anonymous, who says, there's not such an excellent time for a selfie, but hey, you made me donate $5.
That's something. We're soon about to reach the part where the normal route and the hard route depart from each other.
So what will happen for that is like he's ahead, so I will talk for him. He has some puzzle left to do, and then he will have to a ladder. You have the choice to go up and just follow like a tunnel, and this tunnel leads to a secret part, which is only open if you have collect all of the eggs available on the normal route.
Okay, slowly on this one. 1, 2, 3, and so when you play hard route for the first time, you usually think, "Oh man, that's so hard," but once you get used to it, you realize that it's actually easier, and it just requires a lot of good timing. It's so easy, in fact, I can do it blindfolded. I unfortunately forget to put that in as an incentive. However, we are very far behind the schedule already, so maybe if Limbo ever gets in another marathon, I can showcase it. Okay. You don't want to strangle the mosquito right there. You want to make it fly away earlier. This is basically where normal route starts for me right now. And there's a few very nice glitches coming up. The next one involves abuse of the mechanics of boxes. When you stand on a box and you push the box against the wall, the box will be pushed by your feet away from the wall. So you don't only push boxes with your arms on the ground, but you also push them with your feet. And this is what we're going to abuse very soon. There's different theories of what this game is actually about. The most popular ones state that the boy is actually dead the whole time and he might have died in a car crash or fell down from a treehouse. But nobody knows for sure except for Playdead, of course. Alright, I'm getting to the... Good, got it. First try, nice. Usually you're supposed to push the tire in the opposite direction and wait until the momentum leads it back to the button and push the box through the gate from the other direction. What I now want to do is stack these boxes on top of each other. That will optimize their movement and physics, but I think I've messed up the setup already. Yes, I messed it up. Oh crap. Come on, that is really unfortunate. Not much I can do about it though.
Okay, got it.
Nice.
So what we will have to switch and chain. Normally you're supposed to swing a lot the chain to be able to use it with a switch and go for the rest of the puzzle. But it's possible to just swing to the left once and then activate the switch, and the speed of the moving chain will be enough to get the chain and then reach the right without dying.
So the upcoming auto-scroller has actually a very neat skip at the end that was very recently discovered and saves a bunch of time. However, it is extremely hard to pull off. I will, just for the fun of it, go for it, but do not expect me to get it.
There's a donation here I'd really like to get out of the way if you've got a moment.
Yeah,
Yes,
please.
go ahead, please.
Okay, it's $39.26 from FRLEB92, who's going to make me attempt some French. So I apologise to all the French speakers in the room. La team Tchatché s'inscrit von remercier de votre diffusion pour une bonne cause et souhaite participer. So I hope that made sense to whoever speaks the French language.
So neither Yajijy or me did get the new skip, so we have to go for the old skip. But we tried though.
The escape is still cool actually. It's like normally for this puzzle you need to magnetize the box to be able to reach the switch and reach the gate at the same time. But it's possible to do both without the need to immobilize the box.
I have to say that the music and sound design of this game is absolutely fantastic, in case you haven't noticed yet. So if you want to play this game casually, please give it a try. It's actually pretty amazing. And we're not spoiling any puzzles for you because you will not remember any of our solutions anyway. Coming up, one of my favorite parts, where I have to do some greetings in the game.
It's a fake ending.
Bonjour, monsieur le papillon.
Oh.
Guten Tag, Herr Schmetterling. Yeah, now I think we found the sister, but nope, the brain slug says, no you don't, and sends you right back where you came from. Oh, cramp.
So this is the last part we have with White Worm. And after that, we won't need it again anymore.
Fortunately. There is one worm in the hard route though, but there is one category, it's called True 100%, that requires you to collect all the eggs in the game and do both the normal and the hard route. This is practically the only category where we meet all of the brain slugs in the game. Coming up, there is a box we call Troll Box, because it can make or break the gear cycle for you. But we have a pretty consistent setup to get the box in the correct spot to have a good gear cycle. There we go. Yep, got it.
Got it too.
Nice. Okay. I will try to do a very small skip. Shout out to Cellulite for finding this one. Got it. Nice.
I've got a really quick donation I can put in here if you want.
Yes, please.
It's
Yes.
from Creepy Fat Swede. He donates $10, but he did not leave a message.
That's very unfortunate. I would have loved to hear what the creepy fat Swede wanted to say. Maybe his mouth was full. Some swag right there. Whoa. Okay.
So next, right after this card part, we will arrive to a major skip named Dark Skip. We will have the room which is rotating once we activate a particular lever. Um, while the room is rotating, um, we are supposed to wait for the room to stop rotating and then using a box to go down and go to the next room. But what we do is just doing a precise jump while the room is rotating. So we just arrived to the next part of the game. Oh,
Oh no.
no.
So, oh no. The strat that you saw us do with the card at the end is no casual player ever discovers that, and it makes this part so much easier. I remember when I went for the achievement No Point in Dying in Limbo, the part right after the card was the one I messed up very often. Okay, Dark Skip's coming up for me. Got it, nice. Usually you're supposed to climb up there and get a box and use that box to go further. Okay, coming up is a very interesting and important part. We call it the Z box because I have the name rights, I found it. Getting this trick is extremely hard, and it's not only hard to get this trick, but also you need to be very precise and fast after it to not lose, to not make the trick useless. Got it, nice.
So my turn then.
Okay. The trouble is I now have to be really fast to save some time because there is a piston in the next room moving in and out of the wall, and this piston has a cycle that takes about 10.6 seconds, and since Z-Box only saves about 5, you want to be really fast to get an earlier piston cycle than you would get without it. Okay, coming up is the big room. Come on, yeah, good. So here you want to try to get as good a physics for the upcoming box as possible. Didn't get it in one cycle, but that's okay. So we try to position it very exactly. I think this is too far to the left. Let's look at the piston. I don't think I can. I go for it. It's possible, but unlikely. Okay. This box right there could be further to the right if I had positioned it a bit better. But let's see. I will try to get the good cycle.
Let's go for it.
No, it doesn't look very good. No, I think I'm not getting it. No, forget it. Sorry, I was too slow. But now I can chill and have all the time in the world. So here you can do some nice momentum abuse. If I can catch this rope. Yeah, got it, nice. You don't have to land on the roof right there. 2, 3. Okay.
Oh, so you're going for classic setup or for?
Yeah, classic, yeah.
Okay.
This rope right there, by the way, has cost me like 5 PBs already. Okay, I'm reaching end game.
Well, normally for this electrified H, you need to. Oh, sorry. For this electrified H, you need to take a break for in the middle because you have no choice. The timing is so tight. But it's possible to do it in one cycle.
That was close.
Oh crap!
Coming up is block skip. This is practically the only usable glitch in the game. So we position ourselves right there next to the block, turn away from it, fall down, climb up, do a jump, climb down again, do nothing, and then this happens. We have no idea why, but it works. Every time. My time is coming up soon, by the way. Time is when the boy hits the glass, hits through the glass at the end. And time. The game actually goes a bit further after that, but there's you cannot die after going through the glass wall. So we decided to have this as the time for the game. Time for Yajijy is coming up as well.
Time.
So let me just quickly find our sister, and then we're done with Limbo. There she is, waiting for us the whole time.
What was the time anyway? Please.
That's all right for a no reset run, I guess. Thank you.
Okay. All right.
All right, so that concludes Limbo 20% normal route. Thanks for watching. Sorry for the technical difficulties, but our tech team handled the situation very well. So props to them.